Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Let's Play Cities Skylines and Modded Series. This is the River Run map and we're playing on Nezity City. Let's go over what we did last time. We actually made a rail transport system, and upon doing that, adding a warehouse for putting goods in, we noticed we had a huge traffic jam that accounts for lowering 10% of my traffic. So what we're gonna do is do a little bit of traffic management, figure out where the choke points are, and this will usually involve in adding another access point to the highway. I think that it's necessary for an industry or any high traffic area that requires multiple use of these trucks to have their own access to the area. And we also have our crematoriums that are emptying out the graveyards. So without further ado, let's begin. So these are guidelines. I decided to make this avenue curve with the railroad, make it look a little bit more organic. I have been trying to make this as geometrically pleasing as possible, but there are things that kind of look more pleasing if it was more organic. So I do have a like for geometry, but in this case I wanted to make it something akin to how things are in real life, where they build around things that are already there. So that's what I'm doing now. Sort of eyeballing this curve. Usually I would measure a distance that's perfectly aligned with this curvy road, but the thing is this thing is kind of wonky to begin with, so it's kind of hard to do that. So I've just been eyeballing it and removing the thing that doesn't really need to be used, like the grid. So this is a little challenging. This is like a U-turn off ramp, on ramp I mean. It kind of slows down the cars, but for entering the highway, I think it's kind of necessary. I think when this becomes really populated, or it might cause some congestion. But for right now, I think it will do just fine. It looks kind of crooked, so I believe I fixed this one. So I've been seeing the abandoned buildings here. There was alerts for garbage removal, and somebody needed a pickup for a dead body, which is kind of strange because there is a crematorium there. But that's a telltale sign that there's not a complete, if you have one-way roads, there's not a complete path to go back to where it needs to go. So I need to fix that to make sure that it goes around and completes the circuit. Our traffic's looking good. It went from 81% to 91%, which I like to be in the 90% area. The thing with traffic analysis, you gotta figure out where all the areas that have those choke points where they can't really go back, or high traffic areas. It's usually if you only have one part to go to the highway, it's a big problem, or one way out of a certain district is another problem. It varies, so I suggest just taking your time looking at the traffic analysis tool, and even going to zoom out the map to see where there are other areas that are red. So it's not particularly where we're near the certain district or area that has the problem. Could be somewhere else. So you could also click on a car or a road, name of the road, and click that little blue marker with two arrows, and it will show you all the paths. Here I'm bringing back a hot dog about or a roundabout, because it looks like a really high traffic area, and in the beginning of the game, one of the tips is if you have a high traffic area, try using a roundabout. So this is like a half dog about that I turn into a roundabout later in the game. Looks pretty good, does its job, but I think in a later episode I'm going to optimize this. Maybe put that on-ramp a little bit further down so that it doesn't cause a lot of stop and go traffic, which is happening right now. Alright, we've officially solved our traffic problem. Crisis has been averted. Let me know in the comments below what do you think of this design. I like curves, things, and circles, and bendy things. But it does look a bit better. Everything. There's some patchwork that needs to be done. So I'm restoring some of the industrial buildings. But so far, so good. Traffic seems okay. Alright, that's all the time that we have. We've accomplished what we set out to do, which was analyze the traffic and fix it. We also put back the Y and the Y band interchange on the, not the interchange, the avenue for the X and Y band district. And this roundabout's proving to be effective. Optimize that in the next episode. So talking about the next episode, what are we going to do? We're going to continue zoning, I think, just keeping the population going up. I do want to add more leisure buildings, so we might dedicate a thing to that. And I'm thinking of doing another transportation option other than the one trolley system and the railway system. We might do a railway passenger system. It depends. I kind of want to take advantage of what's around here. Oh, this was before I fixed the wideband. Oh no, I did. I added the wideband. Okay. If you like the content, you know what to do. Please consider subscribing to the channel. I am active on Twitter, Instagram, and on Facebook, where I alert you of the next coming episode. Thank you for your time and what you do. This is John Nezodam signing out. And please remember, you are essential.